Hey, this is Nick with Android Fan Network, and today I'm going to be reviewing the SPIGEN SGP Slim Armor case for the Galaxy S4. So this case, it's a dual layer case from SPIGEN, and it's made out of a TPU inner layer and a polycarbonate outer shell. And just reading from their site, they say it's slim and form-fitted to the Galaxy S4, and obviously it's a two-tone color scheme. On their site, they offer five different color schemes. They have black, white, blue, looks like a teal, and then red. And these cases run $25 on their site. Now on Amazon, it says they ship the cases around May 10th, but I already obviously received mine, and I just ordered it through Amazon. All right, so let's take the case out and let's see what else comes in the packaging. All right. We have an information booklet. Let's see what's in here. So I believe they included some home button coverings. They call them like jelly bean buttons or something like that. And basically those are just stickers to put on your home button. Let's see, here they are. Yeah. So just a sticker to put on your home button to change the color scheme a bit. I don't think it comes with a screen protector. I don't see one here. Yeah. So this is how you can verify your SPIGEN case to make sure it's authentic. You can just go to their site, enter the serial number here, and you can ensure it's an authentic product. If you bought this on eBay and you're not sure, you want to double check that, just head over to their site and enter the serial number. Alright, so this booklet here, it looks like it's just advertisement. Yep, just advertisements. What's funny is it seems like all of these are for Apple products. You'd think since this is an Android phone case, it would come with some sort of Android advertisement. But they included iPhone and iPad advertisements. Alright, with that out of the way, let's take a look at the case. So like I mentioned before, it's a dual layer TPU case, or dual layer case, and one of the layers is TPU, and the other layer is a polycarbonate hard plastic. So it's removable. It's a mid-shell design, it's not a full hard shell. Like some of the other cases we've reviewed in the past, it's just a mid-frame, and then we have the full TPU case part here. It's actually easier to insert the phone into the case when you have the two layers together. Otherwise, it's really hard to fit the buttons in the case. And that's fairly simple when you have it like that. You might have to work around it a bit to make sure the TPU case fit in perfectly, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Now it's fully snapped on, and it's pretty tight in there. We reviewed the SPIGEN Bounce, and this first revision that we reviewed was kind of loose on the phone. They will be updating that, but this revision of the SPIGEN Slim Armor is pretty tight. You won't have to worry about your phone coming out of it. All right, let's take a look at the lip that the case provides. All right, so as you can see, the lip there is pretty low. It's almost non-existent, to be honest. It comes up a little higher around the outside edges on the TPU part of the case. You can see that there, it's just slightly taller there on the outside edges. So a lay on the table design, it does have, you can set it on the table and you don't have to worry about it scratching up the screen or anything like that. But if you drop it on anything but a flat surface, you really do have to worry about the screen getting cracked or damaged in some way. Because on any bumpy surface, gravel, really anything like that, a rocky surface, it will crack the screen if it's just the right angle. Or if you dropped it at an angle that would crack it without a case, this case really won't protect it on a gravel surface going face down. And you'd also want to pick up a screen protector with this, of course. I always recommend a screen protector because by the 1-year mark in your contract, you'll definitely notice some scratches on the screen. So you can just grab a screen protector for a few dollars and you don't have to worry about it. Alright, let's move on to the back here. So that on the back there's a cutout for the camera and the flash, two separate cutouts, and those look good. And then on the bottom there's a cutout for the speaker grill. And then we have the Slim Armor branding. On the bottom there's a cutout for the primary mic, and if that doesn't look centered to you guys, it's not, but that's simply because this dummy phone wasn't made perfectly, but on the actual Galaxy S4, the one you'll get from the carrier, it will fit perfectly. And then the cutout for the micro USB port looks good. It's not the widest, but it should fit the standard cables you'd actually use in there. On the power button side, obviously the power button, and it's a fairly high power button there. You can see that it's raised pretty far, it sticks out pretty far. It's a pretty defined button. It's easy to find if it's in your pocket or it's in the dark and you can't see your phone. You should be able to easily feel and find the button. We have some SPIGEN branding there and their logo. Alright, moving on to the top, there's a cutout for the IR blaster, and then there's a cutout for the secondary mic and then the headphone port. And it's not the lowest cutout I've seen. It's kind of a little taller than some of the other cases we've reviewed, but for most headphones it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, on the volume rocker side, we have a cutout for the volume rocker covered cutout. So it's a cutout in the polycarbonate case, but it's covered by the TPU case. It also sticks out pretty far like the power button. It's easy to find and it is well defined. Now in terms of clickiness, you will lose some of the clickiness since it is a stiff TPU case, but it's not really anything to worry about. You'll still know when you've hit the button. It's not too mushy like that. Alright, so this is the SPIGEN Slim Armor case. Now as far as build quality goes and fit and finish, this one definitely ranks excellent. You can see the seams there, they're perfect all the way around. So workmanship is definitely A+ ranking there. Fit and finish is just perfect on this case. And that's what SPIGEN has become known for. It's become known for making these perfect, well-fitted cases. If you're a fan of SPIGEN and you're looking for the most protection that a SPIGEN case can offer, this is the case. This is their heaviest duty case they offer on their site at this time, the Slim Armor. It's somewhat comparable to an OtterBox commuter. It's a dual layer but not full hard shell around it. It doesn't offer as much protection as a commuter though because of the lip, how it's a little lower. But if you're looking for a fairly slim case that kind of resembles or emulates the protection an OtterBox commuter would offer, this is definitely a high quality case to check out. It is also cheaper than in the OtterBox commuter, so that's another thing to consider. I believe I mentioned earlier, you can also pick this up with a screen protector on SPIGEN's website. You can get the screen protector 50% off when you order it with this case, and it's offered in 5 colors, so you'll definitely be able to find one that suits your taste. So as a light duty but full protection case, this is definitely perfect. You should definitely check it out on their site, spigen.com or amazon.com. You can find it on both sites for $25, but the screen protector deal I believe is only on SPIGEN's site. If you'd like to check out our other reviews and news stories, I have links in the description to our social media sites, Facebook, Google+, and Twitter. We have giveaways every week on phone accessories, so you definitely want to stay up to date on that. You can check out our site, androidfannetwork.com. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. This is Nick with Android Fan Network.